separate them into classes, but let me ask you this: how deep do you think the plan gets? Selective silence of the first, slowly tipping out the second. Check the record if you think that this is a new method. Can you see the agenda being sold by the media, or do you believe all the bullshit that they're feeding you? Race baiting, mass distraction, false flags to get a reaction, invoking our passion.
Hey everybody, Captain Silvertooth here from Infographic News for Kids. Today is Friday, June 14th of 2019. It is beautiful. It's kind of cloudy and windy, but it's still beautiful outside, and I hope you guys are doing fantastic on this fantastic Friday. Mission is to inform the youth of all nations of the world being created for them to inherit. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert it, said by Abraham Lincoln. The answer to Monday's constitutional question is: the Constitution fixes the terms of president, vice president at 4 years, and senators at 6 years, and representatives at 2 years. Any change of the date would affect the terms of incumbents. It was therefore necessary to amend the Constitution to make the change. And now for the news. This article is headlined Illinois man with stage 4 cancer sentenced for ordering THC chocolates, a crystalline compound that is the main active ingredient of cannabis. An Illinois cancer patient has been sentenced to prison for ordering 42 pounds of THC-infused chocolates that he claims he purchased to self-medicate. Thomas Franzen, who is 37, pleaded guilty to possession of more than 5,000 grams of cannabis in exchange for 4-year prison sentence. Prosecutors said in a news release on Thursday that Franzen, quote, sought to sell the chocolates, but Franzen's defense attorney said he was using them to relieve himself from stage 4 cancer symptoms like nausea. THC is the main psychoactive compound in marijuana that gives the high sensation, according to the Healthline. In addition to cigarette form, THC also comes in oils, edibles, and capsules. Kane County State Attorney Joe McMahon said in a statement that because of Franzen's medical condition, his offense was reduced from a 12-year sentence to a 4-year sentence, which he is required to serve only 2 years of. We did this in spite of evidence that Mr. Franzen is a drug dealer, McMahon said, and added evidence from state and federal investigators shows that he purchased and sold marijuana products across North America. The state's attorney continued, quote, the marijuana-laced product found at his home was not purchased from a medical marijuana business, and the amount he purchased far exceeds what would be used for personal consumption and is evidence that he is a drug dealer. Or does that just mean that he felt like he needed a lot of it to help his symptoms go away? Franzen is due in court today, June 14th, when he will present results of new medical tests to Judge Clint Hull, who will decide when Franzen will begin serving his prison sentence. What do you guys think on that? I mean, a stage 4 cancer patient, he's most likely going to die in those 2 years in prison. So you might as well have just given him the life sentence. Because stage 4 is the worst type of cancer. And if he was really using it to self-medicate, then he wasn't doing anything wrong. And they passed a medical marijuana law the next day after he got in trouble for it. The next day, medical marijuana became legal. So, I think he should have been let out of jail. What do you guys think? 9-year-old pays school lunch debt for his entire class. Ryan Kirkpatrick used his own allowance money to pay his entire 3rd grade class outstanding lunch money. Kirkpatrick had a conversation with his mother in which he expressed concern for children in his class that were unable to pay for their lunches. In response, his mother emailed the school to find out how much the outstanding debt the other children in his class had. She said, quote, "I think it was like $74.50, she told ABC. So I took that email and came to Ryan and said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "I guess I can pay for it." And then the mother said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yes." Meals at the school vary in the cost according to the family income, like from 30 cents to $3.25. The school district confirmed that all kids will receive a hot lunch regardless of whether they have a negative balance in their lunch account. But Ryan said he just wanted to help his classmates. He said, I want them to realize that people actually think about them. I want them to feel happy someone cares about them." That is really sweet. I don't know. That must take a lot for a 9-year-old because, 9-year-olds are like, I want candy and I want video games. But this boy's a good boy. He did a good thing. And his mother should be very proud of him. And I bet she is. Because I know I would be very proud if my son came to me and said, "Mom, there are some kids at my school that don't have enough money to afford their lunch, or they can't pay their lunch bill. Can we help them out?" I would be very happy if my son came to me, and I'd be proud of him if that was a situation. But what do you guys think? I think this is a really good thing. What do you guys think? Ariana Grande donates $250,000 of concert proceeds to Planned Parenthood. Yay! Another freaking celebrity giving money to killing babies. Pop star and far-left activist Ariana Grande donated the 6-figure proceeds in Atlanta, Georgia to Planned Parenthood shortly after the state passed the Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act, which prohibits abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Ariana Grande's generous Ariana Grande's generous donation comes at a critical time in Georgia and across the country. Anti-women's health politicians are trying to ban the safe and legal abortion. Planned Parenthood Action Fund President Dr. Leanna Wen told People, "This is not what American people stand for, or is it something they will stand for. It's not what they want, nor is it something they will stand for." Quote, thanks to inspiring support like hers, Planned Parenthood can continue to fight back in the courts, in Congress, in the state houses, and on the streets against these dangerous attacks on people's health and lives, Wen said. "We are so grateful to Ariana for her long-lasting commitment and to supporting women's rights and standing with Planned Parenthood to defend access to reproductive health care. We won't stop fighting, no matter what." Well, I would personally say that abortions is a dangerous attack on people's health and lives, One of them is not walking out alive. And the mother might not even walk out alive. Like, seriously. Georgia's abortion law is set to take effect on January 1st of 2020. Really? So up until 2020, they can still be 6 months pregnant and get an abortion. That's messed up. Ariana Grande, who has long demonized and railed against gun owners in America, has spent years promoting the country's largest abortion provider. So she gives money to Planned Parenthood and has been their biggest promotion provider. You know, I really miss when celebrities were like on Nickelodeon or Disney and they acted like a certain way, but then you see them like once they're off Nickelodeon or Disney Channel and they're like so much worse. Just like, what happened to you? Like, seriously. I really wish that people would just stop. Just stop giving to Planned Parenthood. Stop giving them confidence that killing babies is okay, because killing babies is not okay, not at all. But that is my opinion. What is your guys'? Colorado baker faces new legal battle for refusing to bake transgender cake. A transgender named Autumn Scardina is suing Jack Phillips and his Masterpiece Cake Shop for refusing to bake a cake that reflects her status as a transgender female back in 2017. This isn't the first time Phillips is under fire for not kowtowing to liberal orthodoxy and following his Christian faith. In 2018, Phillips won a Supreme Court against the Colorado Civil Rights Commission over their hostility towards him for not baking a gay-themed cake for a homosexual couple. Scardina's lawyer, Paula Grayson, contended that Phillips was dishonest about his openness to serving the cake to the LGBT community. Quote, "The dignity of all citizens in our state needs to be honored." Masterpiece Cake Shop said before the Supreme Court they would serve any baked good to members of the LGBTQ community. It was just the religious significance of it being a wedding cake, Grayson said. "We don't believe they've been honest with the public." The group Alliance Defending Freedom, who represented Phillips in Supreme Court case, said this transgender suit appears to be largely rehash of old claims. The state of Colorado abandoned similar ones just a few months ago, said senior counsel Jim Campbell in a statement. Quote, "So this latest attack by Scardina looks like yet another attempt to harass the cake artist, and it stumbles over the one detail that matters the most. Jack serves everyone. He cannot express all messages through his custom cakes." You know, if I was like a left-wing like type of person and like I knew that people were wanting gay-themed cake or LGBTQ XYZ ABCD type cakes for that community, I would open my own shop and make money off of that. But no one seems to do that. They just like to harass this guy who already has gone through Supreme Court cases before where he's just not gonna serve that because of his Christian beliefs. And that is not a problem at all. First Amendment right, people. Stop infringing on it. Lesbians stab an innocent 9-year-old son to death after trying to make him a transgender by cutting off his genitals with scissors. Just in time for Pride Month, a pair of lesbians from Brazil celebrated their true selves by murdering their 9-year-old son, whom 1 year prior they tried to make a transgender by forcibly cutting off the now deceased boy's private parts and carving a makeshift vagina in its place. according to reports, 27-year-old Rosanna Candido, who is the boy's biological mother, and her partner, Casela Damasceno, stabbed 9-year-old Ruan Macon to death on May 31st after a year of evading police and child protective services. The father of the young boy had desperately been trying to save his son from the clutches of the boy's deranged LGBT mother and her partner, who moved across states and around the country to avoid getting caught. In the end, the two women were successfully terminating the young boy's life, all because he was a male and they apparently wanted a female. "We tried to save the boy," said the father. "We published messages on social media, we contacted the police and children protective services, and no one helped us." That's messed up. Like, who would do that to their kids besides crazy people? And why wouldn't anybody help them? Like, they're trying to save this boy, and here you are just letting it happen, not helping, that's crazy. That's insane. I don't know what to say about that, honestly. What do you guys think? I think this is sick. What is your opinion? That is all the news I have for you guys today, so we're going to jump into the Bible verse and the constitutional question. And the constitutional question is, how many amendments to the Constitution have been repealed? And the Bible verse for today is, "Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from them to the left or to the right, that you may be successful wherever you go." That is all I have for you guys today. So I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Divide up the masses, separate them into classes. But let me ask you this: how deep do you think the plan gets? Selective silence of the first, slowly tipping out the second. Check the record if you think that this is a new method. Can you see the agenda being sold by the media? Or do you believe all the bullshit that they're feeding you? Race baiting, mass distraction, false flags to get a reaction, evoking our passion while we're killing each other. They sit back and smile with great satisfaction, chilling in their matches like a bunch of puppet masters, controlling all the action. Democrats, Republicans, ready to spill our blood again, putting skin against skin, kin against kin, men against women. Ain't no telling where we'll end. It's time for the second revolution to begin. We gotta overthrow their plan to destroy the station from within, or face the bitter end. Probably be shot down, blown up, or buried alive. Until that happens, I'ma stand up and fight for the station that I love and everyone in it, even if it means I might die in a minute. We all have rights that were granted by God. It's time that we reminded them exactly who's in charge. Stand up before you're forced to your knees. We must kill these demons and destroy their evil deeds. Mass incarceration, highest of all nations. First step past, ain't nothing really changing, as long as our prisons are owned by private corporations. Judges on the take, man, it's a fucking game they're playing. We're just the pawns they move, it's our lives at stake, ain't it? But it seems to me as though they find it entertaining, locking us up for drugs when they're the biggest ones, arranging shit to get on a plane or mules back into the state. However it came, they brought it to us in the first place.